Today's lesson focuses on solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. This is something that you're going to want to memorize, and you will have it in your head probably for the rest of your life. So first thing, just to review, standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. We've been using that for a long time. Now, here's the quadratic formula. X equals, so that's your root or your solution or your x-intercept, equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now there's a song that goes along with this that you'll learn as well that will help ingrain this into your memory. Now, we have something called the discriminant. The discriminant is just the radicand, the part underneath the radical sign. It tells us how many real solutions that we're going to have. Okay, so we can find out how many solutions we have just by doing the discriminant. Okay, so if b squared minus 4ac is positive, then there are going to be two real roots. Notice how it crosses in the x-axis in two places. Here and here, and here, and here. So it could open up, it could open down. So if my discriminant is positive, there are two real roots. If my discriminant is negative, there are no real roots, okay, or zero. Notice how we do not cross the x-axis at all. Our third option is if our discriminant is 0. Okay? That means you're taking the square root of 0. That would give us one real root. Okay? And that means that we are sitting right onto the x-axis. So those are our three options for discriminant. Let's do a little bit of practice with just the discriminant, nothing else. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I go ahead and I list just what A, B, and C are. It doesn't take you long. Okay, A is 2, B is 10, C is 11. So I have B squared minus 4AC. So then I just fill in what I know. 10 squared, that's B, minus 4 times A is 2, and C is 11. Okay, so 10 squared minus 4ac. You can put this in your calculator just as it is, or you get 100 minus 8 times 11 is 88. You get 12. Okay, so my discriminant is 12, which means I have two real roots because it's a positive number. Okay, notice I didn't take the square root of anything there. It's just what's underneath the square root, just the b squared minus 4ac. Okay, let's look at this one. A is 1, B is 6, C is 9. So b squared minus 4ac. We have 6 squared, that's your b, minus 4 times 1 times 9. So 36 minus 36 is 0. That means you have one real root. So this is where you have to be careful because a lot of times people see 0 and they want to say, oh, there's no real roots. No. 0 means you're taking the square root of 0. And so you're not going to get a plus or minus a number. You get plus or minus 0 when you do the formula. Okay, last one is not in standard form. So you have to start by putting this into standard form so you can identify what your A, B, and C are. Okay, so A is 3, B is 4, C is 2. So this time I have 4 squared minus 4 times 3 times 2. So 16 minus 24 is going to give me a negative 8. That's my discriminant. It's negative. Think about if you were to take the square root of a negative number, and you don't know how to do that yet, or maybe you do, but you haven't officially learned it in class yet. So there's no real roots here. Okay, let's go ahead then and move on to the actual quadratic formula. So again, quadratic formula, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so make sure you're putting the entire thing over 2a. Sometimes people just want to put the radical part, the discriminant, over 2a. Make sure the whole thing is over 2a. All right, here we go. First step, let's get it into standard form. So x squared plus 2x minus 3. Now I'm in standard form. For a quadratic formula, real quickly, I go ahead and identify what a, b, and c are, because I'm going to plug these in, and it's a lot easier, okay, if you have them written down. Okay, then I go ahead and I write down x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Yes, you're going to have to memorize this. All over 2a. Okay, let's start plugging in then. Okay, negative b. So that's the opposite of b. So negative 2 plus or minus square root of 2 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times 1. Okay. So now, simplify underneath the radical first. Oops. 4, and then this is where it gets tricky. You have minus and then a negative, so it's going to be plus. So 4 plus 12, and then remember that's all over 2. It's 2 times 1. Okay, so negative 2 plus or minus square root of 16 all over 2. So now square root of 16 is 4. So you get negative 2 plus or minus 4 all over 2. You cannot leave it here. You need to separate this into your two solutions. Okay? So negative 2 plus 4 over 2 and negative 2 minus 4 over 2. So this negative 2 plus 4 is 2. Divided by 2 is 1. You get negative 6 over 2, which is negative 3. So x equals 1 and negative 3. Now, you might be thinking, well, if I look at this, x equals 1. Why wouldn't I just use the x method? Okay, smart. This actually is a really good question to use the x method on. And if I had a choice, I would much rather use the x method than I would the quadratic formula. I just wanted to start with an easier one to show you how to do this. All right, let's take a look at another one. Okay, first thing, let's put it into standard form. We're going to subtract that 8 over. Okay, and then identify what a, b, and c are. A is 3, b is 2, and c is negative 8. Okay, now I'm going to jot down what the quadratic formula is. It does help me remember it the more I write it, and it also gives me something visual to plug into. Okay, now I'm ready just to plug and chug. Okay, so x equals the opposite of b. So negative 2 plus or minus square root of 2 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 8 all over 2 times a, where a is 3. Okay, we have some simplifying to do here. 2 squared is 4. And then you have 12 times 8. Okay, 12 times 8 gives you 96. So plus 96 all over 6. Okay, so you can see here we're going to have a discriminant of 100. So we're going to have 2 real roots. So square root of 100 is 10. Now, this is where you get your 2 solutions, and you're going to have to simplify. So negative 2 plus 10 over 6, and negative 2 minus 10 over 6. Okay, so this is going to give us 8 over 6. 8 over 6 reduces to 4/3. Okay, and then for this one we get negative 12 over 6, which reduces to negative 2. So your roots are 4/3 and negative 2. Now, this one you could use AC method for, factor it, okay, or you could choose to use quadratic formula. Okay, so let's take a look at another one. Okay, so at first glance, this looks like this could possibly be a factoring problem where x equals 1, and I tried the x method, and it did not work. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and try either completing the square or quadratic formula. Okay, well, I think quadratic formula is a little more fun, so I'm going to go ahead and try quadratic formula. Okay, so x equals negative b plus or minus square roots of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, remember, I write the formula just to help kind of commit that to memory, okay, and also it gives me something right there visual to plug into. All right, so I have negative b. Well, my b is already negative, so that means I have a negative 6. Okay, b squared, that would be a negative 6 squared, minus 4 times 1 times c, which is negative 2, all over 2 times 1. All right, so 6 plus or minus 36 plus 8 all over 2. So if I simplify here, I'm going to have 6 plus or minus square root of 44 over 2. Now I can see why this wasn't easy. Okay, the x method didn't work. Okay, but quadratic formula will always work. Always, 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 always work. Okay, so why wouldn't we want to do the quadratic formula every time? Well, take a look at this. That is an awful lot of work. Okay, ain't nobody got time for that, in the words of sweet Georgia Brown. Okay, so we're not done yet because we have not simplified the radical. Okay, so this 44 here can be simplified if I were to take out the largest square root, which would be 4. Okay, I'm going to do this over here to the side here. Okay. So this breaks down into square root of 4, square root of 11, which would be 2 radical 11. Okay, so now I have x equals 6 plus or minus 2 radical 11 over 2. Just when you think you're done, okay, you can still reduce. Notice, I have 3 values here that are all able to be reduced by 2. Notice I did not highlight anything under the radicand. Under the radical. You cannot reduce underneath a radical unless you have another radical to reduce with. Okay, so in order to reduce, you must have all three of these that you can reduce. Okay, so question is, do I have to reduce? Yeah, always. Okay, so 6 divided by 2 is 3, plus or minus. Okay, this would be a 1. 2 over 2 would be 1. I don't need that. Okay, so this then is my solution. Okay, 3 plus or minus radical 11. Okay. I have 3 down here that I would like for you to pause the video. I want you to try all 3 of these, and then I want you to come back, okay, so you can take a look at what our answer is. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at these then and see how you did. So A is an example where we did a ton of work, okay, and ended up with 2 and 1 as my roots. Now, had I just done the X method from the beginning, I would have already had this done very quickly and not had to go through all this work, and I would have come up with the same answer. So it's all a matter of preference. Okay, so for B, okay, you end up with a ginormous number here. 19 times 19 is 361. Okay, and then you're subtracting from that, and you end up with 25. This is where I find people make the mistakes, is calculating that discriminant. So you want to get really good at calculating that discriminant first. Okay, so we end up having a perfect square. So negative 19 plus or minus 5 over negative 8. You must reduce. Okay, if you can reduce, reduce. AC method would have worked just fine on that if you wanted to factor. Okay, last one here. Okay, this one is a little bit special because notice you get the square root of 0. We haven't done one of those yet. Okay, when you get the square root of 0, okay, that means you're only going to get one real root. Okay, and so we only ended up with 4 over 8 because the square root of 0 is 0, so you get 1/2. Okay, now, if you had looked at the very beginning here, you would have possibly seen that this is a perfect square trinomial. Okay, and that would have factored into 2x minus 1 squared. Okay, so if you had caught it early, you could save yourself a lot of work. Okay, so I'm just going to note down here that this was a perfect square trinomial. Okay, where you would have gotten 2x minus 1 squared, where you would have gotten 1/2 as an answer. So if you notice those perfect square trinomials, it goes a lot faster factoring than it does going through the quadratic formula.